Hello, everyone, and welcome to the daily guidance for Wednesday. I was just writing a few things that were coming up, and I decided to just, record because right now we're at that space where it's like we're at I guess you say, the nitty gritty, the little things that sometimes get swept under the rug or they collect at the bottom, the residue, and they stay at the bottom and it's ignored. It's like when you clean and you don't move the gouges and mop underneath it, right? It's just you go around it and there's still some residue under there, and it's like, okay, it's not really going to affect me, but it's still there. And that's what we're clearing, that the bottom feeders, I guess you can say. And as I was writing, it was like, it's those things that most people will say, I already know that. Why does that keep coming up? I already did that work. Why do we have to keep going around the same things? It's because the residue of it is collected at the bottom and it's still affecting you, unbeknownst to you. And then you wonder, oh, why isn't it happening? Why does this keep coming up? It's because that final clearing, in the current stage that you're in, that final clearing within that cycle is trying to blow away. So don't let pride get in the way. And pride is one of those trigger words, actually, where once a person says, don't let pride get in the way, the person is instantly triggered. And then everything that comes after that word, the person doesn't receive it. The message is not received well because it creates a block where it's like, that's not for me. I'm not prideful, which in itself, that response shows pride, right? And all that's saying is to allow and accept whatever you're receiving to flow through you. Allow. It's basically telling you to be open to the information. In the past few messages, self-love and really setting healthy boundaries and not overgiving and knowing how to take care of yourself. I think that's one of those things that many people feel like they're doing, at least in, your own actions. You feel like you're doing it. When it comes to self, by yourself, you feel like you're doing it. But when it comes to interacting with other people, are you really, really showing that you stand on what you know is right for you? You don't allow your interaction with others to compromise who you are, right? Unapologetically being who you are. That's where we are. That's the residue that they're trying to get a lot of you guys to look at. This is that deep abandonment feelings of rejection, self-worth, self-love, even love deprivation. Heart chakra work has to be done in order for that residue to be cleared. To be cleared for the next stage. For the next stage. We're doing this stuff in levels, y'all. The way it was shown to me, this stuff is deep. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to let go of some pride. Because sometimes we think we did the work and it's like, You did what you needed to do up until this point. Now we need to go and sweep it up so that we can mop it up. Because there's a clearing needed there. And pride is getting in the way. What I would recommend is like, find out what your trigger words are. These are the words as soon as a person says it, for some reason, you're like turned off. And I found that ego is one of those words. Like if I'm speaking to someone, I'm like, okay, that's the ego speaking. They're instantly offended. And that's because of their perception of the ego, because I don't see the ego in that way where it's a negative thing, right? However, since it's been given this, it's like, it's been given this view that if you're working on an ego, you're not doing the work, which we live in the 3D plane. We're going to have to jump into that space to interact with people. There's nothing wrong with that. It's usually brought up so that you can be aware that you're speaking as the experiencer, not the observer. And if someone is telling you that's the ego speaking, they're just trying to tell you, be aware that it's coming from, your shadow. And if you learn to love your shadow, you're not going to demonize the ego. You're not. If you're doing the shadow work and it's like, okay, that's my ego speaking, you're not going to feel like that's a terrible thing, because it's not. You have to learn to love both sides of you. That's a part of self-love. Because we will operate. We will operate out of the ego. That's a part of the journey. That's a part of the experience. It's being aware when you're, in whatever role. It's being able to understand that there's nothing wrong with anything that you do. This is what we call self-reconciliation. It's like, reconcile with yourself. Hey, I used to get mad at myself for acting in that way. But now I understand. Like, this is what we're doing. We're releasing all of that guilt, anger, fear. And a lot of it has to do with love. Love that you're seeking, and or the love that you feel that your life lacks, right? Love that you feel that you want and you don't have it yet. So, yeah. Don't let pride get in the way. Even if you feel like you've already done that and you've already completed that, be open. Allow whatever messages that come to you, allow yourself to receive them. If it's not for you, you won't be triggered and you won't be moved. You would just allow that message to flow until the next statement or message comes in that is relevant to you. But you won't be triggered to where it's like, I'm not taking that. It won't give a response. It'll be a neutral. Basically, it won't cause an imbalance within you. Because even the word trigger is a trigger now. It's so much. And that this is when the brain is superseding the heart. Like, this is when the mental side of you wants to make sense of everything versus the emotional side of you wanting to feel it. So learning to balance that is important, okay? Let's get into a message for today. I hope you guys are well. I did a live yesterday. If you missed it, the link for that is down below, okay? Message for Wednesday, August 31st, 2021. Please give me a message. The Magician, you are ready. Wow. Wasn't this the last card that came out on Monday? You are ready? Yes, you are. It says you have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. Let's keep going. Knight of Air is here. So, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecy, sleepless nights. This is telling you that what you expect is exactly what's going to happen. So it's honestly wants you to be mindful of your thoughts, okay? Because if you expect the worst, that's what you're going to get. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, you are a creator. You're the magician. You manifest whatever it is that you focus on. Okay, let's keep going. Release. Release. The end of a phase or situation. It's time to move on. This is a spiritual transformation. So we are moving on. Okay, this is the death energy. Let's keep going. Page of Air, challenging information. Delays or changes to plan. Truth delivered without tact. There's a shield you want to put over yourself, because that is pride in itself, right? When something comes through, it pierces somewhere and you just don't know why you feel that way. So it shows up in the 3D as being offended. I'm offended by what was just said. Like, your spirit team is going to send you the message however they feel that it will actually cause a response from you that will cause you to really look deeper into it. And a lot of the times, unfortunately, it has to come through as a trigger. And this is when people say, when I say it to you, you don't listen. But when a stranger says it, you take it. Like they had to say it for you to take it. But when I say it, and we get this with family, we get this with friends, right? The people closest to us, when we give them a message, they don't want it. But if it comes from an outside source, and a lot of the times it comes from a source that really wasn't a nice way, but they take it then. And that's how your spirit team talks to you. So if it comes from those you love and you don't take it, it's going to come elsewhere. It's going to come through. It will. Because with the changes that many are looking for, and they're receiving delays, it's not until some type of change to your plan is made that things shift, right? Changes to plans. And usually it's some kind of challenging information. Sometimes it's telling you, hey, you got to start all over. The way you've been doing it ain't working. Sometimes someone says something that really hurts. And it's something you're healing, and it's something you've been hearing your whole life. But you've been denying it and denying it and denying it. And then finally someone shows up who doesn't know anyone in your life who's told you this before, but they say it to you. And sometimes that's how it clicks. It's like, wow, I've been hearing this my whole life. I haven't talked to my sister for 10 years because she said that to me. I've cut off at least 2 or 3 romantic partners because they had the nerve to say that to me. My children said it to me and I punished them. My mother said it and we didn't talk for a week and I cried. And now I'm starting this new job and on the second day, my coworker is saying this to me. What? The truth stands, y'all. And it's basically something that's going to come through so that you can pay attention to it. That's all. Because it is what it is. We're not here to stay like a bump on the log and not evolve. We're not here to be comfortable and feel like I like it the way it is, so I don't want it to change. No, you're here to evolve. Many people have in their soul contract that when they stop changing, for them to expire. You're not here to sit and refuse growth. That's not the experience. Source is experiencing through each person. Each person is unique. Your response to a certain thing will be totally different from everyone else's response. We're also not here to stand in line and be like everyone else, because then what is that? That's control. That's conditioning, which is another trigger word for many people. We're not here to be conditioned and follow rules. Everyone is supposed to be a rebel to the rules. But the term rebel wouldn't even exist if everyone was just being who they were. No one would be saying you're being rebellious. You're just being who you are. Oh, he's a deviant. Yeah, you're supposed to deviate from the rules. You're supposed to. You're supposed to be who you are. And sometimes who you are is in alignment with the rules. Coincidentally, sometimes. So it's not like the rules themselves are bad. That's not it. That's not it. Even though sometimes that's what people hear. Oh, belief systems are... It's not the belief system that's bad. Sometimes we have to actually apply certain belief systems to get a result, right? Hey, I want to lose 30 pounds by the end of 6 months. Therefore, I'm going to put in this system where I don't eat this and I work out this amount of time and it's a system to help you reach a goal. But there is no system to living each individual life. There is no system for that. Knowing how to jump into a role and jump out of it is so important, y'all. And many people not being able to take what's being given, the truth. The truth. That's pride. And pride is the disease that everyone knows you have except for the person who has it. Let's keep going. Night of Fire, a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things clearly. Let me see what's next to this. 5 of Air. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, this is the 3rd consecutive day that this card is here, so I'm going to ask for more on that. Wow. An unwise choice. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. You know, some of you, they're waiting for you. Oh, wow. To review something where you know you made an unwise choice. You came to terms with that, but they're waiting for you to reconcile that. That's the action that you need. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just saw, okay. Oh my God, the floodgates. This is when the gates, oh my goodness. A lot of you, it is pride. Wow. Some of you, there's something you know that the way it turned out was because of a decision you made and you realize it wasn't the best decision or it wasn't the best way to react. And in hindsight, you've come to terms that, hey, look, that wasn't the best way. There's some kind of action you need to take. So this is going to take some courage for some of you. Oh, wow. You are the magician. You are in your power, but it's when you, okay. Yep. What is your motive? Review everyone's motive. What is your motive? Some of you made a choice. And I remember someone commented on Friday, I made a choice and I went back and I corrected that. That's what they're waiting. Some of you, you have to make a correction. You're going to have to let go of pride. Okay, I see why I was getting... Oh, wow. That's the missing link for some of you. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. You need to think things clearly. That's what the card says. This is going to require action. This is going to require some of you to step out of your comfort zone. Oh my goodness. 5 of air. Tell me more, please. So that you can get your wish fulfillment. This opens it up. This opens up. It presents more opportunity. It's at the bottom. You're fighting. Some of you are fighting yourself. This is going to look like it's going to be an empty victory because you realize, you had the realizations that you wanted. Like there's more clarity and there's more understanding or overstanding or understanding, right? And you get it, but you are kind of shortchanging yourself because you're not going to get you're not allowing yourself to receive, I guess, the reward that comes with it. Because you're fighting yourself. Some of you may feel like it's a battle within. The 5 of Swords. Just know this means like your soul is trying to get you to do something. So this is the shadow, the higher self, lower self fighting. It's like the higher self is like, you made an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this. And then review everyone's motives. What are your motives? I need to protect myself. I need to protect my feelings. I don't want to get rejected. I don't want to feel like my feelings might get hurt if I take action on this. Somebody, someone's having to face some insecurities. But you know what's so beautiful about this is that it's a huge breakthrough when you face it. So it's like you can't be afraid of rejection. You have to truly, truly stand in your self-worth. See, that self-love, that self-care would have had to be done. You have to give yourself the love that you might think you won't get from whatever the situation is. Like, if I do this, they're going to respond this way. And it's going to make me feel unworthy. It's going to make me feel... Okay, so yeah. This is going to require you to put yourself in a vulnerable position. I see. But it clears something, though. It does. It clears. It's like a spiritual transformation. You end a phase and you move on. Some of you, this is the challenging information that's causing delays. This is the challenging information where you're going to have to make some changes to your plan. Truth. This is the truth that's going to set some people free. There's something that you may have made a choice. You realize, hey, look, that wasn't the best. And I learned a lot from it. It's changed me. It's getting me to stand in my power to realize that I'm ready. Now I'm ready to end this phase and move on. I'm not going to expect the worst. Some of you are expecting the worst. So you stay with sleepless nights with your own self-fulfilling prophecies when there's literally action is necessary. That's all you need to do. Correct it. Right? Like the comment on Friday's message. Correction. And that was the decision you were supposed to make at that time. So it's not like it was the wrong decision. It was the right decision in that time, because that's what got you to go through all the epiphanies, the light bulb moments, the realizations, which bring you here. That choice was a part of the lesson. It was the right choice. And this is that self-reconciliation. I'm okay with the choice I made at that time. I was supposed to make it, because it brought me here. Yes, then you get your wish fulfillment. Oh my gosh. Tell me about this Night of Fire. Some of you have taken action on it. Night of Fire. Night of Fire. Some of you are waiting. Some of you are waiting for something to come to you, but this thing you're waiting on is waiting for you. Those who took action on it, I see that it's already arrived. And you're in that place where there's expansion, there's more. You're experiencing more. Some of you are waiting, not wanting to face this. All right, so let's keep going here. Ego, it's ego. Wow, all the cards. Oh, wow, I can feel this message. It's like all the cards of what I was getting intuitively before I started the message are coming through. It's ego. It's a false sense of entrapment. It's the lack of wanting to take action. It's the fact that you don't realize you're ready, which has to do with self-worth. So this is something you have to be ready on your own. You have to come to terms with this on your own. It's like nobody else is going to be able to do it on your own time. Negative or fear-based thoughts, a false sense of entrapment. So it also says being overly focused on material things. Some of you are focused on the wrong. Well, some of you are focused on certain things that has nothing to do with the big picture. It may be relevant as in how it's affecting your life, but it has nothing to do with the big picture of the lesson that you're going through. It's a false sense of entrapment. And the last card is Ten of Earth. Wow, that's where they're trying to reach. They're trying to get you there. And it's interesting how we start with Magician, you're ready, and we end with the Ten of Earth for a very happy family life. You're ready for financial security, and you're ready for finding magic in the little things in life. You're ready for this. You are. You have to let go of the negative thought patterns, because you're going through a spiritual transformation. It's time to move on. So you're going to receive some type of challenging information that is causing the delays. This challenging information is going to call you to change your plan, and it may be delivered in a way you don't like. So it might mess with your ego, right? It might mess with your ego. You're going to have to let that go. And take action, because what you're waiting for is waiting on you. You don't budge, it don't budge. That's why you're experiencing delays. So all of you, this is the end result. Wish fulfillment. But there's something about an unwise choice that was made. You learn what you can. Let go of the ego. And then you get your 10 of earth. I mean, that's today's message. That's today's message. And overall is 8 of earth. Your skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school. You are in school. This is all a lesson. So now you're at the phase where you're skilled on it. You're skilled. Your skilled work is being rewarded. They're trying to reward you for what you've learned. You've learned all that there is to know on it. That's the message, y'all. That's the message. Let me see if we have a spirit message that comes out today. Wow. I guess they're trying to get many of you over the hump. Today is hump day. And also, just to let you know, I do the daily guidance Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I've been sharing them more than often for the past month or two because, whenever I'm guided to share, I do. But just to let you know, you can join me on Patreon and get them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay? So, spirit message for today, please. Let me see if anything comes out. Any spirit messages? Okay, relationships. Okay, many of you, this is regarding a relationship, okay? Relationships are just a mirror image of your own life, how you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. That's what relationships are. It's a mirror. It's for you to see how you are. So every time you feel like you need to tell someone something, put a mirror in front of you. Because you're speaking to yourself. And this is why the golden rule is so simple, yet the concept has been lost. Treat others as you'd want to be treated. Every message you have for someone, are you able to take that message? Would you be able to take that message and live by it? That's a part of the self-reconciliation. That's a part of why so many people are hard on themselves too. There's another one, gratitude, being grateful. Oh, wow. Life is one big, continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. Many of you, what you're going through, you haven't been able to see the brighter side of it. You haven't been able to see how it's changing and shifting you and helping you with your soul growth. You haven't been able to be thankful for the experience. So it's like the longer you're not able to see the brighter side of it, the longer you sit in that energy, because what you send out is coming back to you. If you send out lack, if you send out poverty consciousness, if you send out what you don't have, that energy comes back to you. You're going to still sit in that. So be mindful. Gratitude is a very, very strong, powerful energy to shift your life. And trust. This is requiring you to trust right now. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical mind or the logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. So yeah, you're not here to be comfortable. I'm telling you, that's the easiest way to drain your soul. Like, you're not here to conform and follow rules. That's just not it. You're not here to be told how to live your life. You're here to express yourself freely, whether or not others think it's good or bad, right or wrong. That's their business. You're here to be who you are, unapologetically. Okay, that's today's message. Relationships, gratitude, and trust. I'll leave it there, guys. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all, well, those of you on Patreon, I'll see y'all on Friday. So it's like stepping into who you truly are. And I was kind of telling you guys when I started the channel, it was like a thought form that came like, well, you start the channel. You like to talk, right? And I do. I love to talk.
And let everyone know that kind of comes back from your background. You come from a corporate setting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's been my life. And I've always been in support roles. And even it's funny because you literally become what you were told to be, right? Yeah. And that's what astrology is. Based on when you were born, you have a certain signature. And I've always been in a support role. I have a stellium in Virgo. Like all my personal planets are in Virgo, and even my Mercury, which is actually 0 Libra, is in the 6th house, which is still Virgo, and it has that energy of service to others. So it's always, wanting to help people. So I've been the secretary, I've been the executive assistant, so like, the top, the leader.
And human resource. I mean, think about the name itself, human resources.
Managing humans, right?
Are you crazy?
And that was